text. These are the tweets received there about student fees. Just trying to get...
Well, the young Republicans put them in.
Sometimes, can't it? One's to Simon, I think. I fear we're about to see what Northern Ireland MPs, MLAs are made of. Liberals should know that if you lie down with dogs, you get up with fleas. Let's find out about that, because actually we have on the line about the weather Jeffrey Donaldson. And just before we come to the weather, I wonder, Jeffrey Donaldson, are you at Westminster? Are you going to be voting in the fees debate today?
Good afternoon, Wendy. Yes, I'm at Westminster, and yes, I'll be voting, and we will be voting against the government's proposals for a hike in tuition fees. We believe in the current economic climate, we should be investing in our young people and not saddling them with debt for the future. Here, we've got a Prime Minister who lectures about the national debt, and yet wants to saddle our young people with debt for years to come. Surely there are double standards here. If we're going to invest in education, then let's get that investment into the universities, so our young people have the best opportunities in life. But let's not burden our young people with this kind of debt. After all, people who graduate from university in the main go on to make a very positive contribution to our society and more than pay back the investment that has been made in them.
Should there be a Northern Ireland solution to this? Do you think that those who wish to see a Northern Ireland attitude, which might be a bit more like that in Scotland or Wales rather than England, is that the road that Danny Kennedy should go down?
Yes, I think there has to be a Northern Ireland approach. That's what devolution is all about. For those Northern Ireland students, for example, who travel to Scotland, it must be very difficult at times for them knowing that they have to pay tuition fees, whilst, for example, someone from the Irish Republic who takes a university education in Scotland pays nothing, because Scotland doesn't charge tuition fees either for their own citizens or for those from other EU countries outside the UK. So we need to look at what we're doing in Northern Ireland. I accept the point that's been made about investing in our universities, but we shouldn't be saddling the young people with that responsibility. And I want to see a solution that is tailored to the needs of Northern Ireland. Every time, Wendy, I go to meet companies who want to invest in Northern Ireland, the single biggest argument we have in our armoury to attract investment is our young people, is our education system, quality of that system, and our graduates. And we need to bear that in mind when we're coming up with the Northern Ireland solution. And in answer to your earlier caller, we will be there today to stand up for Northern Ireland. We will be there to vote. I accept that the vote today applies to England only, but the principle applies whether it's in England or in Northern Ireland. It's wrong to saddle young people with debt simply because they want to have a good education and make a positive contribution to our community.
I just want to move on to the weather, which is what we asked Jeffrey Donaldson to come on about in the first place. If you've been watching your televisions, hearing the news, you'll know that hundreds of squaddies, soldiers, are out clearing the snow from the roads in Scotland. So should they be used to clear our pavements? Our brave reporter, Paddy O'Flaherty, slithered out through Belfast to see how that idea would go down. He went to the Shankill Road first.
Oh yes, of course. If they're able to do it, they have a lot on their hands.
It's a good thing using the army, but I think the army could be doing better things. Just got the streets and be unemployed, and we get them as a couple of weeks' work,
You still get the coldness after you. Do you think it's a good idea to have the army helping? Yes, I do. If work's really bad, yes, I would say so. Maybe the council should be doing more, getting the army in at this stage. I don't think it's that desperate for the army.
I think it should, because the pavements here is as bad as what they are in Scotland.
Scotland has the army in helping. Do you think it would be a good idea?
Yes, it would be, yeah.
Whereabouts do you live?
Springmartin.
Is it bad there?
It's really bad, yes.
So you'd like to see the army lending a hand?
Yes. I live in a hill and it's treacherous trying to get up it.
You'd like to see the army helping out?
At least somebody coming and giving a hand, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter where it's the army or where it's the gritters, they need to be up in the estates helping people, especially upwards on hills.
Why not? But would they allow the army in here?
Oh yes, that would be a good thing for them to be helping us. Up around Glencairn, it is treacherous.
And do you think everybody up in Glencairn would like to see the army there helping?
Oh certainly.
I'm in Andersonstown now at the moment. The streets are still pretty heavily covered in snow. So what do you think? Scotland has the army in. Do you think we should do the same here?
I remember if with a heavy fall of snow, they would have brought in 2 men in the back of a lorry.
Council workers.
Council workers, or sometimes they took people off the dole.
But what about the idea of bringing the army in to do the job?
I don't think so. I think it should be down to the local councils.
No. You don't want to see the army on the streets, yeah?
No, definitely not.
Oh no, that tube's clearing snow now.
Would you like to see the army on the streets clearing snow?
No.
I would like to see the army on the streets again.
No.
Get the ones at tail, come out the hoods or something, let them do even for community. But I want to see the army back on the streets again.
Even with shovels clearing the pavements?
You don't always carry rifles here too long, but...
I used to work with council years ago and we done that. It's quite annoying, so they've got on a footpath.
But definitely not the army.
Definitely not the army, no. They don't get into well.
Shop owners should go out and clear their own ways, like, but I wouldn't have a British Army out doing it for us.
Why do you say that?
We wanted them out for long enough with them, we want them back here to clean our streets.
So, mixed views there, shall we say. Typical talkback Fox Pop. The DUP's Jeffrey Donaldson's constituencies have been hard hit by snow. SDLP MLA John Dallett's on the line too. It's been pretty terrible up with you, John Dallett. Do you think it's time to bring the army in to clear the pavements, maybe in Coleraine or Kilray?
Oh, good heavens, no, Wendy. I think we have hundreds of council employees at the moment who can't do their normal duty.